For 2 years, Kerry Bullivant was the subject of an anti-terrorism control measure, his movements monitored and access to phones and computers restricted. He was eventually cleared of any involvement in terrorism.
I felt like you've got a sword hanging over your throat. Any slip, any misdemeanour on any number of conditions could lead to you being in prison for 5 years, all on the basis of what fundamentally comes down to secret evidence and secret courts.
Imposing restrictions on those who've never been convicted of a crime has always been controversial. 2 years ago, the government replaced control orders with terrorism prevention and investigation measures, or TPIMs. But now that too appears to be unravelling. The orders have a maximum 2-year lifespan. 7 out of the 8 terror suspects currently on TPIMs have reached that mark and are now free of any restrictions.
The problem with TPIMs was always that they were a temporary solution. The underlying problem, which is what do you do with individuals who are clearly of concern to the security services but have not crossed the criminal threshold, how to address these sorts of people was never really fundamentally addressed.
The terror suspects, now free of restrictions, cannot be named for legal reasons, but they include CD, who attended a camp in Cumbria with a group who carried out failed attacks on the London transport network 2 weeks after the 7/7 bombings. CF underwent terror training in Somalia and was caught in the Olympic Park 5 times in the months before the Games. And AM is said to have been a key player in the plot to blow up transatlantic airliners using liquid bombs. With these terror suspects now free of any restrictions, it falls on staff here at MI5 and the police to keep them under tabs. Sources have told us they've been working on such a plan for some time. Some experts estimate it could cost up to £20 million to keep the suspects under effective surveillance. But whatever the cost, they will be watched.
Society does have to have protection now against people who have represented and may continue to represent a real threat to the community. And this is a very mild way of doing it, because people are having their basic freedom restored, but on the basis that actually there is an ability on the part of society actually to continue to ensure for themselves that actually that freedom isn't being abused.
But no surveillance system is foolproof. Even under the control order in TPIMs regimes, suspects have escaped, like Mohammed Ahmed Mohammed, who absconded late last year from a London mosque wearing a burqa. 3 months on, he's still on the run. Mark White, Sky News.